video cassette and select DVD. They'll leave you screaming for more.
Oh, God. Okay.
Hey, ghoulfriends. How are we? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
What? Yeah.
Whatever time
it might
be. Or watching.
What?
Sorry, there's cat hair on my tongue. Hi, how are we?
Oh my God, you're going to blow up like a balloon.
I know.
Sorry about that. Hi, everybody. How are you? Let us know in the comments. I don't know. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, and we got to hang out with our significant others. We had a little group night.
I'm still tired.
That's the thing. We went to it. We stopped hanging out around like 2:00 in the morning. You guys walked back home, which is a short walk, and then we all went to bed probably at like 3 a.m. And I think we're just getting to the age where.
My eye's still twitching.
Yeah, we can't do that anymore. Oh my God.
We have to start hanging out at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, because then we can stop hanging out at like 12 or 1, not at 2.
I've been saying this for, 5 years?
Yeah,
so.
You were right.
Yeah. You were right. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm starting to like really try to focus on meditation a little bit more in my daily life, thanks to my cousin. Yeah. Because like I've meditated off and on for... You know, almost a very long time. And I don't know. And I'm like, I think I want to do it daily. And I think I just want that to be a part of my life more in a way that I've never felt before. Usually I only do it in crisis mode.
Yeah.
But that's not great.
Yeah. No, it can be hard because I feel like I do that with working out. Oh, like I only do it when I'm like not in a good headspace, that's mindset. Yeah. And so I've been like just getting on my little bike and going for like 20 minutes.
Oh my God, that's great. Yeah, because then you don't associate it with like being in those bad spaces, and you get to like and also
it gives you
prevents
energy
getting into those bad spaces.
Yeah, and it does as it pains me to admit, it does make me feel better.
I know, it's true.
But I get to like sometimes when I'm in that, like I've been in this is not a workout podcast, but I've gotten into like places where I'm just like, it's like bad, like obsessively working out and like all the time. And it's, and like counting, can't do that anymore. But, I get on my little bike and I ride my little.
Good for you. Do you watch anything while you ride your bike?
All the time. Yeah, I have to, or else I will not like, I can't do it.
Oh, I put on like, I have like a very specific Stranger Things workout playlist.
Oh, good.
It's great. And
I don't listen to music. I have to like watch podcasts or like
I love that.
I like a very long YouTube video or something because I can't work out to music anymore.
Yeah, why? It doesn't hold your interest.
No,
the escapism factor isn't there.
It's not. I can't even like listen to a podcast. I have to like watch it.
Yeah,
so it's bad.
No, it's good. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Anyway. Speaking of music and podcasts.
Oh. Yes.
Happy Spotify Wrapped for those who stream on Spotify. Everyone. I know they don't pay the artists what they should, but
we don't get paid either.
No ethical consumption under capitalism or yeah.
Good job.
I don't know. For some reason, I thought I was like, maybe it's not capitalism. Maybe it's consumerism, but that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but so anyway, happy Spotify Wrapped. Yeah. I'm very excited. Well, we got our own little Fear Quiz Wrapped this year, which was very exciting.
I know. Thanks you everyone for listening and supporting. I mean,
and for sharing. Like we can also see like, how people share and how people like how quickly people listen to it and stuff like that. And it was so heartwarming. It was so kind.
An uptake in streams 694%.
That's a slay.
That's insane.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So thank you.
I don't know
much.
What that means, but thank you.
These percentages, are definitely beyond my comprehension.
Head. Yeah, and if you're a top fan, thank you very much. That's very appreciated.
That's so nice.
Yeah,
it's very it's warm and fuzzy vibes. And we also got our own personal Spotify Wraps, and we thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about what those were.
I don't know. You can go because I mean I can say. What are you saying?
Well, I just wrote down genre, number of minutes. I wrote down artists, songs. I wrote down podcasts because we also want to shout out a couple of our sister podcasts.
Yours might be more interesting, so can I just say mine?
Oh, yours I actually think is the most interesting.
Really?
Yeah, I love yours.
Are you saying that sarcastically?
No, I genuinely, It's like one of my favorite things.
Well, my top artist, surprising no one, is Charlie XCX.
Charlie baby.
Charlie baby. And 4 out of my top 5 songs are also Charlie XCX. That is like not okay. Like,
wait, was Yuck on that list or no?
No.
That is such a shame. Wait, so tell me the songs. Because
I
I'm
will
a
tell you
newer
the
Charlie
songs.
fan. And she made my number 2 slot, by the way.
okay. Well, my favorite my top song is How Can I Not Know What I Need Right Now, which is a B-side on Crash. The newest album that you're talking about.
Wait, how does that go?
I'm not going to sing it for you, but I'll play it.
Beyza, you're such a beautiful voice.
I'll play it for you later, but I cry every time I listen to it, and I don't know how much.
What's it called?
How Can I Not Know What I Need Right Now? It's a B-side on her newest album, and it's the best. It's probably my favorite song of the year, obviously. But it's like, it is such a fucking good song.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've said this before on this podcast for some reason, but Charlie XCX is like my favorite artist for so many reasons. But I just love how good her, like, instrumentally her music is, but also like how sad her lyrics are.
Oh, yeah,
I just love how her persona of like this like fiery Leo who like loves herself, but also clearly hates herself.
Yeah.
And it's so, I love it. I think I sound like every gay on Twitter, but
I love this. No, is that the song goes like, I know that it's wrong, but it feels so right.
No.
No,
no, do you want me to actually play it for you?
maybe we play a little clip and
I mean, it's my top
emphasis
song.
on little because we don't want to get a copyright strike.
It is my top song. So I can like play a mo.
Yeah, play Mo.
It's the weekday song.
Yes, it's the weekday song. I love that song.
Favorite song.
Oh my God, I love that it's from Crash too.
Yeah.
So do you like that album?
I like it, but I like the B-sides more than some of the songs she chose to put
oh my God.
on it.
I don't give a fuck what you think about me.
Love that song. I think that's on my, that's my number 5.
I love that song.
That's my number 5. My number 2 is
so
Hot
good.
Girl.
Hot Girl is good.
Obviously.
And
And
it's definitely on my top somewhere.
4 is Party For You. I do love Party For You. And then my 3 is Running Up That Hill. Listen.
That is also in my top 5.
Stranger Things had a clutch on me.
And that song is just, it's a force to be reckoned with.
It really is. Yeah. But I honestly didn't listen to too much music this year. So as you can tell, I mean, it was like all Charlie, but
I love that. I just love knowing now that like, if I'm streaming Crash, you're probably streaming Crash.
If not physically, it's in my head.
Yeah. Yes. No, as soon as I remember I didn't like Charlie for a while and I was wrong. I can admit that I was wrong. And basically
the homophobia jumped out.
I went to see her live and everything changed.
It
really did. And and I remember as soon as I like saw that her live, I listened to Crash like twice a day. Just twice a day. Mm-hmm. Like every single day, twice a day.
Well, speaking of,
yes.
Do you want to share?
Yuck was actually on my top 5 of songs.
Okay,
I love that song.
It is a really good song.
I do have the Charlie XCX Yuck t-shirt. I also have the Call Charlie. It's like kind of like a...
Oh, yeah, that one's cute.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
Top artist of the year was DJO, though. Otherwise known as Joe. Otherwise known as Joe Curie.
Yeah. Surprising nobody.
Surprising nobody, but here's the thing is I kind of was like, oh... You know, it was like not last year, maybe a year and a half ago, I found out that Joe did music as Joe. And then I listened to it and I was like, oh, I like it. It's like a good vibe. It's a good vibe. But then this newest album is so fucking good. It's so good.
Did you listen to Post Animal?
No.
You did?
That was his band before he did the solo stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't really listen to it, but this new album is so good. My top song of the year is Gloom, a track called Gloom on that album. Third artist is Lana Del Rey. Fourth artist, Charlie Baby.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
DJO. Charlie XCX,
wow,
Lana Del Rey.
second?
Isn't that gnarly?
How the turn
I'm
tables.
telling you, the tables are constantly
Okay.
turning.
Wow.
And then Lady Gaga's my number 4.
Okay.
And then number 5 is Taylor Swift. I know.
A profound silence has entered the chat.
I apologize to you. Something about Lover. I love Lover, and this new album really Midnight's hits for me. So that is it. Top tracks: Gloom, Yuck, Change by DJO, Figure Out by DJO, and Running Up That Hill. Mm-hmm. by Kim Petras. I mean Kate Bush. I'm kidding.
Oh.
I had to see the reaction. No, it's the OG version. I do like Kim's version though.
I don't hate it as much as everyone hates it.
People just hate it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which like fair.
Yeah.
It's like it
I think her vibrato sounds really nice on that song.
Sometimes, but sometimes songs should not be covered.
Yeah.
Like,
well, what's bonkers
sorry.
is that song she released a cover of that song like before
it really blew up.
Which is so insane to me that she was like, I mean, you got to acknowledge that she's tapped in. If she chooses a song that blows up the way it does, I felt so bad for her for that release because then she took it off Spotify. She got like bullied offline for it, and then she re-released it. I don't know, but this is not a Kim Petras podcast.
No.
And, but this is a podcast, and
it is.
And we like to talk about other podcasts.
Yeah.
And some of my top podcasts in my Wrapped were, well, the big ones like The Daily.
I didn't look at my Spotify Wrapped podcast.
Oh my God,
I don't
yes.
listen to podcasts on Spotify.
Where do you
That's
listen to your
probably
podcasts?
The podcast app.
Like Apple Podcasts?
Yeah.
Oh,
or
I find that.
YouTube.
Oh, no, yes. Okay, two of my YouTube ones, Coffee and Tequila. That sounds so good. Sorry, that was Coffee and Tequila, and My Bloody Judy. Those are I watch those on YouTube because I need to watch. That
was hot.
I know.
I have a mistletoe.
I love. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
My Buddy Judy and
My Buddy
Coffee and
Judy.
Tequila. My Buddy. Those two I watch on. Those two podcasts
too.
I watch.
I watch those. Yeah.
I gotta watch the beautiful.
I gotta look at my
men
sexy
talk.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, narcissistically, Pink Milk made my
You
Star
should
Wars
listen.
podcast. I listen to it every
But there
once in
are
a while.
also there's
just to
episodes that you're
listen to
not
it.
even on, and you want to.
Yeah, and I listen to Brian and his husband talk about
Yeah.
it, and then there's episodes I miss because I'm out of town, so then I'll listen
Yeah.
back to it on Spotify. So Pink Milk was on that, which is a podcast, Star Wars podcast with a bunch of gay people. If you want to listen to it, and then Tony and Ryan, they're like Australian.
I feel like you've said this to me before.
Probably. It kind of like consumed me for a few months. I don't really listen to them too much anymore, but they're short form podcasts every day. So like about 15, 20 minutes each. Mm-hmm. Really fun. And then Ear Biscuits, Good Mythical Morning has really...
You're a crazy girl.
The way I'm able to hyperfixate should be studied.
It's really,
it really is
impressive. It I thought I was
mentally ill.
Yes, but it's truly it is. I'm jealous of your mental illness.
Yeah, that's okay. Everyone
Said
should
it here
be.
first.
Yeah.
My one podcast that I went hard in is kind of like your Ear Biscuits, but maybe even a little extra hard is called Trash Tuesday, which I told you about.
Oh my God. And can you like tell me what this show is?
Okay,
I don't know anything about it.
So it's two stand-up comedians, and they're both women, Annie Letterman and Esther Povitsky. And then a podcaster, Kalila Kuhn, who she does do you know Bobby Lee, the comedian?
No.
That's fine. They have a podcast, a big podcast called Tiger Belly. Have you ever heard of it? Trisha Paytas was on it. It's such a good episode.
Oh, yes.
It's so good.
Yes, okay.
That's the
I can
episode.
At least place what it looks like.
That's the episode that I like got hooked in. That made me hooked. But it's these three women, and they just like are so hot and like awesome, and I love them.
Oh my
and they just like
God.
talk like girl shit. It's so good.
So they just talk about like what's going on in their lives in the world?
Yeah, and just like they're funny. It's like it's a comedy podcast, but they talk about like women's issues and stuff, and like being a woman in comedy, which is really interesting. And I'm really into like Whitney Cummings. I don't know why I'm like.
I love Whitney Cummings.
I love her.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm like into comedy right now. It's kind of cringe. I can't believe I'm like saying this.
Ick, but like,
yeah.
No, I get it.
I just need to disassociate because I think I was really into like I only listened or like watched horror stuff, and I need some like space.
You know what?
From that,
I find the more time I spend.
Do you feel that way about Star Wars stuff at all?
Yeah, and there just comes a point like, but it's kind of nice because it encourages me to consume content from. I wouldn't. Like, in what other universe would you start listening to comedy podcasts? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's because you kind of, like, were in a place where you were more open to, like, other kinds of content because you were so over, like, just hyper, indulging yourself in horror. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like a cool thing where it's like, I feel myself so much more open to other genres now that I work within two specific genres.
Totally. Yeah. I think it just makes it a little more like sustainable. Like
Yes.
I don't want to just be burnt out on that kind of stuff. I mean, I want to be updated with like what's going on in like horror news and stuff, but
you can read it on
Yes.
Twitter. You can read it on the internet. You can get a subscription to Fangoria.
Sure.
I mean,
Yep.
other ways to stay
The
abreast.
possibilities are endless.
And like we still watch My Bloody Judy and stuff, and those boys do a good job of keeping me updated.
Absolutely.
I was also going to say my mom wants to start a podcast. I know.
I'm gonna cry.
I literally, I know.
About
No, I literally get
what?
so watery-eyed. She wants to start it with like her best girlfriend, and they work in the office together. And she just wants to have like, and she's like a little bit younger, like maybe like 20 years younger, and she wants to have like intergenerational conversations about being women.
I will do like whatever it takes. I want
so
a t-shirt.
Happy. That's what I told her. I said,
want
Mom,
stickers.
I said, I will fly out I will fly to San Diego. I will set you up every episode.
I'll buy you a camera, microphones.
I literally sat her down. I was like, these are the mics I use. I will buy you 2 of them. I will buy you nicer ones. I will do everything. I will have Zoom calls to teach you. I will produce this.
How did this happen?
It was before Thanksgiving dinner. We're just kind of like sitting around the kitchen, and like people were cooking and stuff. And she goes, okay, so Chase, I just want to like run something by you. She goes, I kind of want to start a podcast. And I like had the same reaction you did. I like got misty eyed, and I was like, that's just the sweetest, awesomest thing. It's just so cool. Cause she listens to a lot of like just women podcasts.
She should listen to, Trash Tuesday is a little vulgar, but it's
she
really
might like
funny.
That. Yeah,
you
she might
never
like
know.
that. Especially cause she likes to laugh.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. Maybe you should send that over. Cause
yeah.
So anyway, so we gotta manifest that. I want nothing more than for her to start a podcast.
What do you think it would be called?
Oh, she had. Oh my. I'm gonna cry. She was like listening to like the song Forever Young, and she was like, I think it should be called Forever Young. Cause she says like, she's like, I'm experiencing this thing where like the older I get, the younger I feel. And I'm
That's
like,
how I feel. That's relatable.
That is exactly. It's
so
relatable, and it's relatable in a way where I like to hear older people talk about it. Like it's just such a great. My mom had this whole like she just kind of started talking to me about it, and I was like, Mom, this is like such a
it's
good
a really
idea.
good idea.
It's a good idea, and like she could record like in like the off. It's like a really small, cool like little office that they work in, and it's just the 2 of them. I'm like, you guys just record after work, close up the office, and just like have it be your studio. And it's like that also adds to like sort of like the branding of these gals who just work together and have become best friends. And the older they get, the younger they feel, and they want to talk about that.
Do you think they come on Fear Queers?
Absolutely. We have to have them on Fear Queers.
Oh my God, collab of the century. Can you imagine? We like make them watch like Scream or something. Yeah. And they're like,
It's a watch along.
It's so I need that.
I know.
Like I need you to do everything in your power to make that happen.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate the support, and we are manifesting, everyone. We are manifesting that this happens. It's so wholesome. It's like so awesome.
I also just love people podcasting just to fucking like us, like just doing it, like, and it's like not a job or like not. It's just fun.
It's fun to do, and it's a great way to connect with people. It's a great way to creatively express yourself and to learn things about yourself, to learn things about other people, to learn things about the media that you're talking about. You learn more by talking about it. Yeah, it's like I completely agree, and it also is like one of those things where it's like anyone can pick up microphones and do, or not even any sort of input device, and do a podcast. And I love that. I love that energy too. That was another thing I liked about it. I was like, yes.
Yeah, because it's fun and people want to be heard.
Yeah.
So why not? That's so slay.
So slay.
Thank you. Yeah. Speaking of crying.
Yeah.
I made you watch a little something on Saturday. The Last of Us trailer.
Oh, The Last of Us.
Guess how many times I watched it since I watched it with you?
3. 5. 7.
Yeah, I was 8.
Damn. And you watched it like 8 times before we watched it together. So you've watched
different
it probably
languages.
20.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then they released a new 30-second clip of it. Like a edit.
Featurette.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so how was the new clip?
I think it was actually because they played it before White Lotus because it's HBO.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fun.
And I almost skipped it. And I was like, no. And I went back to watch it. Everyone was like, are you fucking serious? This poor woman. I feel so bad for her. I'm so sorry, Rella. The song. Can we just talk about the song?
The song was good. I mean, it looks good. It looks so good.
It looks so good. I just have to say that we watched it. We are listening. We are tuned in.
And I can't wait. I honestly just can't. I'm so excited for you. And I mean that in just like such a genuine way. Like I'm just stoked for you and I'm excited to like watch it together. I mean, you know, and just like experience it together. And I don't know. I just feel like it's rare. I've never had the experience of like watching something casually while someone else watches it really loving it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll end up loving it, I'm sure. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, like I've never, like people like watch Star Wars casually and then talk to me about Star Wars and I'm like manic. So like, I love the idea about those tables being turned.
Yeah.
And you watching something that you love and I just watch it like, cause I like it.
Yeah. I'm horrified.
Was there anything that surprised you about the trailer as an avid game player of this game?
I'm surprised by how many shots they fully like portrayed that like you saw in the game, like very iconic shots. Yeah, like beautiful. Like I'm just shocked at I mean, I'm not shocked at the budget, but I'm just shocked at how good it looks. Like it is kind of like, I feel like it's going to be a very one of a kind like adaptation of a video game, because usually I mean, you saw the Uncharted movie, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't be sorry.
Like,
Don't be
it's
sorry.
just
Speak on
like,
it.
It's just like, I don't know. I'm very wary about those kinds of, not that I watch too many, but I think it being a TV show is like a big deal. Like they didn't just throw it on screen to make a couple $1 million.
Right.
I think this is like going to be a creative process and it's going to be big.
Yeah.
Like I think Blake said it, but it's going to like replace Walking Dead as like this kind of pinnacle. Hopefully it doesn't go on that long and like ruin it.
Ruin itself.
But we'll see. Yeah. I think I'm also surprised to learn that there's going to be a lot of new storyline and it's not just going to be straight ripped. Thank God. Cause I that would be over in like, 3 seasons or something. But
well, I was going to ask you, like, do you think that I mean, I don't know the breadth of the story. So do you think that there's like room for it to become a Walking Dead series in its like reoccurring seasons and stuff? Like, is it enough to build out? I mean, I was blown away by the giant monster zombie. Mm-hmm. Didn't know
bloater.
that.
Yeah.
The bloater.
I think
bloater. I hardly know her.
Oh boy. Maybe we shouldn't watch this together. But I think there is. I think there are a lot of mediums. There's like a graphic novel that they could tap into. Ooh. I hope they do. And it kind of covers Ellie, the young girl's story, a bit more, like her background. We're going to see like a lot of stuff with her mom, I think, which wasn't super explored in the game, but she's like in the trailer. And the woman who voiced Ellie plays her mom in the show.
That's so smart.
And
I love that.
I already know I'm gonna cry. But
I love that.
Yeah, it's the guy who voices Joel in the games is in the series as well as cool. Like a
he actually voices Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, he dubs him. Yeah, it's like a Troy from High School Musical. Yes. How he doesn't sing.
Yes,
it's like that.
The Drew Seeley.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna shut up because
wait. I have one more question though, because you said that like the person who sort of created the game is involved in the show.
Neil Druckmann.
Was he involved in the graphic novels too?
I think he co-wrote it. I have it, but I don't remember. I read it a while ago, but I think he did. I don't 100% remember, but the graphic novel's good. There's also like a DLC of Ellie. There's like this long point in the first game where it's just Ellie's perspective, and you kind of like go back and forth before this like pandemic happened. The zombie pandemic happened.
I did play that first scene.
What first scene?
Where they're in the house. And she's like scared.
But that's not her.
That's not her.
Yeah.
We went over this on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's not her.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, but I realized my mistake.
Yeah, but there's like a DLC, like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour long DLC where it depends on how slow you're playing. But that did not mean to sound mean. I play it really slow. That's not what I meant. But I'm really bad at it. I just love the game. But
I put it on easy mode when I played it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more enjoyable, like for story purposes. I think once, like, I can play in like medium-ish hard now because I've just played it so many times. I forgot what I was saying.
Downloadable content DLC for Ellie before you meet up with her.
Yes, thank you. There's just like a little story, and I think they can tap into a lot of areas. Is what I'm trying to say.
Amazing.
And like grow it, because they like Melanie Linsky is playing a brand new character. Was not in any of the games or anything. So. And she's one of my favorite actors ever. So
and it'll be cool because I think you can trust like the new characters that are going to enter the story because the OG guys
is
involved.
right. Yeah.
I'm so excited. January
13th.
January 13th.
No,
Friday
15th.
the 13th. I was like, something
15th.
else is January 13th, but
15th.
we'll talk about that later. 15th.
Yeah. Sunday. It'll take
Sunday.
the slot of
I
my White Lotus.
Yeah, I love a Sunday slot.
I love
Sunday TV. Anything to kind of keep the week away.
Yeah,
me.
and just keep me emotional for the week ahead.
Yeah.
Like white little things.
Linoleums.
One more thing before we get into our
Yeah.
thingies. What episode are you on for Wednesday? I didn't ask you.
I finished episode 5 last night.
What was episode? I don't remember what happened.
It's like the end of Parents Weekend.
Spoilers for Wednesday.
Yeah, spoilers for Wednesday. I mean, it's
Parent. I like that episode.
I like that episode a lot, and Morticia, like,
she's slightly slayed.
she's a slight slay, but I use that so. I mean, Catherine Zeta just does not
It's
bring
true.
much to that role,
It's true.
and it's tragic. That's all I'll say for now because I do like the idea of us doing some sort of a Wednesday episode somehow. But anyways, I like where it's
because it
going.
will be getting a season 2.
Yeah.
It is the biggest show on Netflix.
Yeah, and I think exactly, and I think that like for me, like where I'm at right now is I think I'm surprised by maybe one or two little things, but I think like the main gag is not going to be a gag. Okay, so I'm going to say spoilers now if you haven't seen it because I want to say
Say it.
I think it's like the normie that like died. His like little sister who was like went off to sea is literally Christina Ricci. Like she's like because that's the only normie teacher at Nevermore.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So like the normie that died, that Gomez and Morticia killed, or I mean Morticia, I guess that was a fun gag.
That was
I kind of saw it coming right before, but that's good writing.
Yeah. It's also for kids.
It's all no, and that's the thing.
Teens,
that's the
not
thing
kids,
is
but-
I was like okay, so like yes. The like his sister that he lost his two parents and he lost his sister after he died and they lost him then whatever. I was like, man, there's like the only normie working at the school and she's like shifty and she works with like Nightshade and there's like
I
a Nightshade
she was a
poisoning
normie for
thing
some
and she's
reason.
like the botanist of the school.
Yeah. And
So-
she slays. I love Christina Ricci.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be like a big reveal, but emphasis on
Right.
reveal. But I hope if it's just fun and campy and like good acting, then I don't care if it's that predictable, especially because it is a teens show. So it's like
Yeah. I think we had those kinds of shows too that we thought were gags. Pretty Little Liars.
Like, no, literally like Teen Wolf. I was
Yeah.
like, what do you mean?
And it's like you saw it a mile away.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, which is like
But
whatever.
and there has to be room for that. And also, it's just because like the older you get, the more content you consume, the more you understand story, the more like you're going to see that kind of stuff. You're going to pick up on it.
Yeah, I liked the show.
Sorry, really quickly.
Yeah.
I do find it to be very addicting in a good way. Like it has
we
a
watched it all in, like,
bingeability.
2 days.
Yeah, it has a total bingeability, and like I find myself wanting to go back to watch it to the point where like because they're longer episodes, I'll be like, oh, I really feel like treating myself to like at least half an episode while I wash the dishes. Like I do that, which I only do if I really like a show.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree. I think it would have been cool if they did this other show I'm watching right now, Sex Lives of College Girls, one of my top shows. I can talk about it later, but they're doing this thing where they're releasing 2 episodes a week instead of just like throwing it all out there. And I really hope I want more of that.
I love that.
I want more of that.
I do too, and I like the idea of 2 episodes. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want. Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
I love it. Well, we'll do an episode about Wednesday, but if there's anything specific you want us to break it down or talk about with regards to the show, send it over at LGBTQVHS on Instagram.
Oh, I thought you say at Gmail.
No. Fearqueerspod at fearqueers at gmail.com.
There's too many things. We got to work on
Yeah,
the
we got
branding.
to really unify.
tired.
We have a branding issue.
We do. We really do.
Fearqueers at gmail.com Wednesday.
Do you think we should change the Instagram handle? What do you guys think? Yeah, let us know. To what though?
Fear. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
So in the spirit of Spotify Wrapped, we thought it'd be fun to sort of talk about is it the best and worst of 2022, or is it our favorite and least favorite of 2022? It's a really important distinction. I guess it's since we should probably come from a place of favorite and least favorite because it's all subjective, right?
Yeah, but SEO, I'm like best and worst.
SEO?
SEO.
What's that?
Search engine optimization.
Oh, So the title, okay, wink,
Yeah.
wink, behind the scenes,
Yeah,
everyone.
behind the scenes.
Behind the
Yeah.
scenes, it'll be titled Best and Worst.
Yes.
But just between you and me and the listeners,
Yeah.
it's favorite and least favorite.
Yes. That sounds great.
I love it.
Yeah. Do you want to get down and dirty bad and then do like let's
Yeah.
end on a high note.
Yeah, let's get dirty first and
Okay.
wash our hands
Okay.
for 20 seconds with warm water and soap.
Warm to sing happy
Remember
birthday.
when we had to like really teach everyone how to wash their hands?
2 years ago?
Do you remember
Yeah.
when like I go to the bathroom and I go to the bathroom at an airport and men don't wash hands still? Men are gross.
Yeah.
Like men are still out here not washing
Let's
their
start
hands
with the worst.
at an
Men
airport.
are gross. You know what? Let's-
Least favorite. Men. Oh God.
even if you don't, there's no way you don't touch anything in a bathroom.
And it also
I'm
like
sorry.
it's not even like if you don't touch, even if like you somehow don't touch your wee wee, like
Your what?
fully
What'd you say?
your penis.
Ew.
Even if you don't touch anything, you're at an airport.
You're touching the door.
Yeah, you're touching the door. You're touching your suitcase. You're in an airport. Wash your hands.
Yeah, I feel
Wash
dirty
your hands.
standing in an airport.
too. Ugh.
It's like dust. You get dust.
It's
Like,
du- it's
dust
like a-
collects. You
Yeah,
know,
I feel like it all. Yeah,
right here.
right here.
Anyway, worse.
Least favorite
Least favorite.
movies. Movies or TV? For what do you want to start with? I only have one TV show because I don't watch TV I don't like. I don't.
I
fuck
don't
with
either.
that.
That's why I don't have any.
Okay, my only one is Dahmer. I didn't even watch it. I'm just putting it as my least
Oh,
favorite.
that's good. Yeah,
and I'm writing
you
it as
should.
the worst
As
thing.
you should.
And fuck that show.
You know what? I have one because you reminded me of Dahmer. I'm gonna say The Watcher.
Ooh, why? Controversial.
Because I really liked it the first few episodes. I was like, okay, I can get into this. The last 2 episodes, maybe it was the edible I took. I don't know what the fuck happened. It was like the worst 2 hours of TV I've ever watched. It was so
Beyza.
bad.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know what happened.
Ryan Murphy happened.
Yeah.
Sorry, the way that man is, he just can't finish.
Anyway, it was bad. I don't know. Like, I think I'm putting it in least favorite just because it disappointed. Like, it was the most
Disappointment is such a
disappointing.
anything deserves least favorite if it disappointed you. Which one of my movies is going to be not controversial, but a lot of people loved it. And I love that for them. But like, it's one of my least favorite movies because of how disappointing it was.
Do I know this or
once
no?
you hear it, you'll know it.
Okay. Yeah, I
But,
can't think
yeah,
of another.
watch it.
Yeah, like you said, I don't watch.
So 2 Ryan Murphy projects.
Interesting.
Interesting.
There's no such thing as a coincidence. I can't think of another TV show I would watch if I didn't like it by like episode 2 or 3. I'm kind of out.
Yeah.
But-
yeah, it's like who the fuck is gonna? Yeah.
Not I.
Okay, so
That was easy.
That was so easy.
Oh my God.
Thank God.
Yeah.
So movies. I'll just start with my just like the
The sound you made.
I'm gonna start with the one that we just need to get out of the way. Hocus
We've
Pocus
said it
2.
enough. Yeah. Just
and
it's it. Yeah.
I will say, I am reading the book. Beyza has to listen to me talk about this book. It is a very good book. I take notes on why it's a good book for myself, and I stayed up till 12:30 in the morning
I love
reading and
that.
writing about this book because it's so much better. It's such a better story.
Yeah.
And the movie is atrocious. So that's one of the worst movies I've seen in my life, or 2022 only. I hate that movie. Like maybe I'll buy a physical copy of it just to break it.
Oh wow.
No, like I'm telling you guys, like I actually need to bring this up in therapy. I've never felt like so toxic about a piece of media before. I resent every single piece of it with every fiber of my being.
Maybe we could burn it in your backyard.
That's what I'm saying. Or give it
Do
to Ahsoka
DVDs
as like a dog
burn?
chew.
Don't give her garbage.
Your period. She would be poisoned, not
Yeah.
by the material, but by the material. You know what I mean? Like by the content.
Right.
Beyza, did that make your list?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It was the first one, but I thought you would take the reins
So-
and just
yeah,
explain why.
Yeah. Oh,
We've
no.
talked about it
We're
enough.
not going to explain why. You guys can just go watch that episode.
That's a really people like love that episode, which is so funny that y'all love to listen to us bitch like that because that's like so sweet. I'm like, oh my God, no one else does. So thank you.
I did feel very validated by, certain friends and people who listened to the episode. I had
Yeah.
a couple, like my friend Kevin, my friend Molly, like they're like, you guys like hit every reason why that movie didn't work for me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's what we're all here doing, you guys.
Yeah.
We just want to validate each other's emotional experience
Well-
on legacy films that are completely trashed. And
Well,
tarnished.
and we even know some people who like liked it and still kind of agreed and like saw our perspective, which
we
is
love
nice.
a healthy discourse.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's okay to talk badly about things and like respect what people like.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
News, breaking news. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Slave, that was the first and worst.
Yeah.
Got that out of the way.
It really was the worst. I think that is my worst.
Yeah, I think
one.
so too.
So we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Do you want to go? Do you want to give another one?
No, you go.
Me? Oh shit. Well, okay, shit. Oh, I have really good ones actually.
Ooh.
My next one is "Don't Worry, Darling."
I knew that would be on your list.
I don't even know how to start.
Yeah.
Like it really was one of the strangest movies I watched this year in a really bad way. Like we fast forwarded through it.
Dude.
That's a bad sign.
I know. Yes, it is a bad sign. And my cousin, I love him, one of my best friends. He likes, I mean, he has a great taste, but like he also watches like, all kinds of movies. I'll just say that. And he he tried to start, he watched, they got through like halfway of that movie, maybe even a quarter.
It's long.
And he stopped every time. He's like, because I saw the little red bar on his TV. I was like, oh, did you never finish that movie? I was like, what's the T? He goes, Chase, I've tried like multiple times. I can't finish that movie.
Yeah, I know some people who've liked it, and I'm glad that they found entertainment in it, and I think that's great. I think Florence Pugh is like the only saving grace, obviously, only saving grace in that movie. Kate Bishop, Yelena, she really served. Like, she was really good, and I just feel bad that she was paired with such a bad actor like Harry Styles. I'm so sorry to say, like, this was a bad performance.
Yeah, from what I've seen.
Yeah, and just like the gag at the end was not really a gag. Like, I didn't think so.
I do know the gag.
Yeah, I think I told you. I think we
I
talked
asked
about
everyone
it.
who watched it. I was like, just tell me. I will never watch this film.
I don't know. It just like was Stepford Wives, but worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know if I mean, I know I will.
Stepford Wives. It feels to me. This is from the outside. Never seen it. To me, it just sounds like a really drawn out long episode of Black Mirror. Like, it just feels like it's just like a long episode of Black Mirror where you're like, okay, this is a fine episode in this big series, but it's way too long.
I think the biggest fault it had was how slow it was. Like, it was not intentionally, like, I just watched Triangle of Sadness, and that is an intentionally slow movie, and it's the most gripping movie I watched this year, I think.
I can't wait to watch it.
It's so fucking good. And it's like, it earns its 2.5 hours. Like, it is it's really amazing. And this just was the opposite of that. So Don't Worry, Darling, opposite of Triangle of Sadness. You heard it here first. What about you?
Least favorite, Thor: Love and Thunder. I know.
I get it.
I found it to be a walloping disappointment. And I just don't know why you would bring back a director to direct a sequel that is so clean and sharp as Ragnarok and just make such a lesser version of that movie. Mm-hmm. So I love that Natalie Portman's in it. I love her as Thor. And I
do you think she gave?
She gave, but I think I was also really bittered by
what happened at the end.
Yeah, and I didn't like that, and like, unless she comes back with her own Disney Plus series, and if there's really no point to bringing her back just to not bring her back, then I'm gonna be. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I'm not gonna be anything. I don't really. So this is the thing. I don't care about anything but Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think my biggest disappointment was the lack of Tessa Thompson in that movie. Like, that is just unforgivable.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
I feel like Thor got in the way of that movie. I mean, I love Chris Hemsworth as Thor, but he got in the way.
They pushed him too far.
They pushed him too far, and also, like, I'm sorry, I didn't like the tone hopping in that movie. It was like everything that was like serious and cool and interesting was breezed through. Everything that was stupid, like a screaming goat that is so obnoxious, that was a meme from like 2000 whatever. Like, then we spend like 20 minutes on that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was a lot.
It was a bitter
in a bad way.
But shout out if you like that movie. I know a lot of people who like it. Some of my best friends love it. My boyfriend hates Marvel but loves that movie. So
it was fun.
Maybe I'm the clown.
No, I think it was fun. It's just we expect a little more, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think I like it more than you because I just don't expect a lot out of Thor. But you really like Thor.
And I also like when like Kenneth Branagh had his hands on it, and it was a little bit more Shakespearean. It was like it was such a fun genre to play in with Marvel.
Well, and Ragnarok is one of the best Marvel movies.
Ragnarok is incredible. Yeah, because and also I'm a little bit bitter because there's just so much content of Taika Waititi like talking about Marvel and how he doesn't care about it and how he doesn't like care about consistency, doesn't care about like all this stuff. And like, sorry, dude, but you not caring really fucking read in that movie. Like, well, it really read.
It's weird to like say that because that's a big complaint that a lot of like film people have is like Marvel is this, Marvel is that. But then it's like, so you as this like kind of prolific filmmaker are just kind of feeding into it for what? Like just for the check?
Yes, why? And when it was like laughing at like at that scene that they kind of messed up with like the bad CGI or whatever, and like
maybe he was just embarrassed.
Maybe he was just embarrassed, but like I don't know. That guy kind of drives me nuts sometimes. I love him and I like a lot of his content, but
he's very chaotic.
Yeah.
Like it can be to a fault.
Yeah, I think that's a really
but that's why What We Do in the Shadows shines through.
And that's also why Our Flag Means Death shines through, which is also on my list for most favorites of TV. Sorry.
Oh, slay.
Way jumping ahead, but just since we're on Taika Waititi. Anyway, so Thor: Love and Thunder.
So he's your least and your best.
Yeah. And also Taika was just, I think he was in it and I think he produced it. I don't think he even directed or wrote it. I should look up the person who actually wrote it because it's also mixed conception as everyone talks about Taika Waititi too much with Our Flag Means Death, but they should be talking about the people who are really behind it.
Yeah.
So,
because he just acted in it, right? Maybe?
I didn't watch he just acted in it, but he might have produced it.
Okay.
But anyway, what's one of your least favorites?
Least favorite movies?
Yeah, I only have one more, and it's very unexciting. So you go ahead.
Okay, I have 3 more, but I don't. There's one that I actually just don't want to talk about, which is Fresh. I'll just say it was one of my least favorite movies, and it's a movie that I think most people loved.
Yeah.
Which I love that. Again, it was a movie I fast forwarded through. Like maybe that's on me, and
maybe I'm not watching the movie.
No, maybe that's why.
God, I really didn't like that 20-minute movie.
Yeah, literally. But no, not I. It wasn't. It wasn't like a fast forwarded through like half the movie, but just like bits and parts because I just like I don't know. It was so I don't know. There were parts of it that were just like. It was missing something, and maybe that's on me. Anyway.
Yeah, no, but I think I think
I've talked about this before, but
yeah. I think I've heard mixed things overall. You know, and I think it's like pretty forgettable. It sounds like at the end of the day.
It was.
Yeah. Oh, Phil Tippett's Mad God. It was like a stop motion thing he worked on for a very long time. Phil Tippett is a genius, and I feel stupid putting that on my least favorite. But
I feel like you've said that you didn't like this to me before.
Yeah, we probably talked about it. Yeah. I saw it in Music Box with Blake, and it just it was so bad. It was just so indulgent, and like it was kind of like I have like actual critiques for it that I'm just not going to get into, but it wasn't my vibe. Yeah, I was never going to like that movie. I like a lot of like certain scenes, I like some character designs and some moments, but it really was indulgent is the word that comes to mind. But also indulge, girl. Like you were working on that film for 30 years or some crazy shit.
30?
Yeah, he was working on it for such a long time, and he is a master at a lot of things. You know what I mean? He's a genius. But it doesn't just because you're a genius and you spend a long time working on a movie doesn't mean that like the structure of it or the sort of like delivery of it is going to hit for everyone. So
30
long time.
At least give it 2 stars for 30 years.
I think I gave it 1.5. You know what?
No half C's.
I have to have a heavy. I know. I'll look it up at some point though. It just if you liked it, that's cool. If you didn't, hit us up. I would love to talk
hit you up. I didn't watch it.
Because Blake loved it. I mean, Blake was like, oh, I just love this, and this. And I'm like, I think I was irritated because it felt so condescending because some things are so obvious and on the nose and some in the way that was unexciting. And some things were so ambiguous and uninformed that it was unexciting. So it was all just unexciting.
Was it at midnight?
There's nothing there. No. Which does make a difference. If it's at midnight, I typically don't like it.
I was going to strangle you. I fully was going to strangle you.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. You're chuggy.
I am chuggy for not liking Phil Tippett's Mad God. Okay, what's next on your least favorites?
Okay, my next...
And then we're going to wash our hands. We're done getting dirty soon here.
At least put on hand sanitizer.
Yeah, well, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
My next least favorite is Bring It On, Cheer or Die.
Oh,
it was one of the bigger disappointments
even
of the
came
year.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, because it fucking sucked.
Damn. You know a movie's bad when no one's talking about it.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm nervous to watch Disenchanted tonight.
Oh, but everyone's talking about how bad it
I know. Either people are talking about how bad it is or no one, or like it's not making waves at all.
is. What's his name in it?
Patrick Dempsey, James Marsden.
Oh, James Marsden's so hot. I don't know why. I don't know
you
why.
You know exactly why.
But I
almost said something incredibly dirty that I actually cannot say on the internet. Go ahead.
Can you say it later?
Yeah, I can definitely tell you later.
Okay, perfect. While we're washing our hands.
Yeah.
He's in Dead to Me, which I still cannot finish the third season because I can't do it. But he's
That's
so
the Christina Applegate Velma show.
Linda
Cardellini.
Please stop, please. Linda Cardinelli. Yeah, I can't. I actually cannot bring myself to watch it. I watched like 3 episodes and I was like, I can't do this. Because I'm so sad, not because it's bad.
Because it's ending.
Because it's the last. It's done, and I know it's gonna happen, and I can't do it.
Oh.
But he's so fucking hot in that movie,
so
and he's a
fine.
twin, and I'm like, bitch. Yeah.
Is he twin IRL?
No.
Oh, so they just found someone in the cast that they cast someone that looks like James Marsden.
Well, or just CGI.
Oh, did they do that?
I think so.
Oh my god, that's
Well,
wow. I need to watch this show if there's 2 of them.
Yeah, the first one's bad, but yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. What was I saying? Cheer Die.
Sorry.
Oh wow, it was so fucking bad. I get really Sci-Fi Network is either really, really fucking good or really, really fucking bad.
Yeah.
This was really, really fucking bad. Not a lick of sense.
Oh.
Not a goddamn lick. I think
that's what where is the sense?
Where's the sense? And I'm sorry, I was so excited. I love the Bring It On movies.
Yes, absolutely.
Like any gay person does.
Yes.
But like, when I heard that they were going to make a horror version and
we were living.
And Missy Pyle was going to be in it.
Yup.
I was like so fucking excited. Her character was okay. It was kind of camp and I kind of lived, but the whole movie was such a fucking mess and boring. So boring. Like how can you make a slasher that boring?
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
Anyway,
especially like a cheer. Yeah, it's just bad. That's bad.
It's so bad. And
was Kirsten Dunst in it? I don't remember.
No.
That sucks.
No, it was like a lot of people who I didn't know.
Maybe she read it and was like, "This is bad."
I don't think she would have done that. I
wish she would.
It probably. I don't even think it would have been better actually at all.
Yeah.
But sad. Very sad. Very sad day in this household.
Disappointing, isn't it?
Do you have a last one?
I don't, but I guess I'll preliminarily put Disenchanted on my list.
No,
you guys don't understand. Like between Hocus Pocus and Enchanted, those are 2.
Just can't catch a break.
I know. I literally, I'm like so horrified to watch Disenchanted tonight.
You're so hornified
because I can't take that L. Hornified, honey. Those are 2 such formative. I watched. When I was a kid, Enchanted, I used to make Enchanted paintings. I did a movie report on Enchanted. It was like 12 pages long. The homosexuality. I had to read my review about it in front of my whole class in 6th grade. The recess bell rang, and I was only on page like 6 of 12 pages. And I was like, I have to finish this. My class was so mad at me because I was like, guys,
I wish you filmed this.
I know. Well, no, I'm glad I didn't. But the point is like, this movie means so much to me, and like, I hope it makes sense. Hocus Pocus 2 just didn't make sense. And I'm worried that because it's part of the Bob Chapek situation. Ooh.
Not anymore.
Right, but these kind of movies have been coming out of his era, and he's just kind of like.
How do you feel about that? I don't think we talked about that.
Oh my God.
We don't have to talk about it right now.
I had multiple people texting me. It was a big deal. Oh my God. I gasped and threw my phone down. I was with Lena and Blake at my sister's show and when she was in town. And then basically, I mean, both of them thought something really bad happened. They're like, is everything okay? I was like, you guys have no idea. I was like, this is huge. And then I told them, they're like, oh, okay. Sounds like a CEO got replaced with another CEO. And I'm like, it is so much
You were
deeper
like, you don't understand.
I'm like, that is one fleck of snow at the top of the iceberg. There's so much more. Anyways.
Okay, perfect. Are you happy or sad?
Oh, incredibly enthused.
Okay, great.
And you know what? Well, sad if I think about Hocus Pocus 2 and Disenchanted coming out in the Iger era because they would assuredly been taken care of a little bit more generously.
I have one more bad one.
Okay.
Least favorite, I mean. They slash them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oy, oy, oy. There was one saving grace, and it involved
Bacon.
what? Ketamine?
Kevin Bacon.
Oh,
Ketamine.
no. I thought you said ketamine. He was okay. Kevin Bacon was fine. He's really hot. But what?
I don't think Kevin Bacon is hot.
Even back in the day in Friday?
No.
Okay. We can disagree.
I know, but it's just funny because normally we don't. We have a similar taste to men.
Maybe.
Men's looks.
Right.
Personality, maybe
Yeah.
not.
No, definitely not. There was one scene that I loved. I think I loved the scene that most people hated, which involved Pink and one of her songs. But I loved it. And the rest of the movie fucking sucked. And for reasons that I don't care to name, and I also forgot. So,
Oof.
But it's bad. It's really bad. The acting was not bad though. I didn't mind the acting.
At least there was that.
I think the ending insinuations of like trusting police are very bad.
Ooh.
And and not like kind of taking your
Kinda like
authority into your own hands.
propaganda.
I thought so, but maybe I'm being over dramatic, but I thought it was like a big yikes for a queer
Yeah.
and trans film. I was like, y'all need to love yourselves.
Yeah.
But that's my last worst one. I'm sure there's others, but I genuinely forget. If I see something bad, I will forget about it. I will trauma
I
block.
wish I could forget about one of them, but yeah.
I know which one.
Yeah.
Let's get to the good shit.
Let's get to the good shit. Good TV. Our Flag Means Death. I mentioned it earlier.
Yes, you did.
Also, Andor.
Of course.
We loved Andor. And
Everyone's
Rings of Power.
talking about Andor.
Andor is incredible. It's just incredible. It's like watching The Americans meets West
that?
Wing. The Americans. It's like the Russian spy show. It's like FX show, I think. But it's like watching The Americans and West Wing and Star Wars and basically just like any show that identifies and rebels against systems of oppression. I mean, it's really and fascism. I mean, it like is incredible how educational and stimulating and like politicizing it is.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
I want to watch it when my brain isn't rotted.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. And
Yeah.
it's so intense, but like it's great. Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
all.
That's it? That's all?
Just those three. Yeah, those three. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, those three. I think there was an animated show I liked.
Chase.
What?
Okay, well, first on my list is Stranger Things season 4.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This is so embarrassing.
This is so not running up that hill being on my Spotify. Yeah, of course that's in my top. I think I just it's hard to put a year on Stranger Things, you know. It just
It's so eternal.
It's so evergreen.
She breathes eternal life.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah,
Stranger
well,
Things 4.
that was my I guess I wouldn't say number 1, but it's up there in that it really just made me it's a TV show that really made me, or a season of a TV show that made me think very hard about what I am doing with my life, if that makes sense.
I love that. Yeah.
Just like very being more retrospective about like what I spend my time doing and who I spend it with, and just
Yeah.
like closeness and like I don't know, it also like the summer was hard, y'all. This summer was a bad mental health summer. Not a good mental health summer. And I think that kind of let me understand that in a way. So I just felt kind of connected to that season.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah, it was a really good season.
It was.
And I have a couple others. Sex Lives of College Girls.
Yes.
I fucking love this show. Like it, and the second season is better than the first
That's
season.
the best feeling.
It's so good.
There's no euphoria like a season 2 being better than a season 1.
And like everyone that I've seen talk about it and like I've talked to about it agrees. Like it is genuinely like you can see how it's a better season and it's more dynamic. The characters are growing in a really like, and it's fun to see like 4 young women grow and like kind of change, and like you get to watch them even if it's fictional. It's like you can pinpoint and like see yourselves in all these characters.
I love that.
And it's very gay and hot. So gay and hot.
Gay and hot.
Sign me up. It'll be my top. It will be my top, and I will be her
And
bottom.
so it just premiered its second season.
Yeah, so it's coming out. That's the one that's doing 2 episodes a week on HBO.
Fun. What days does that come out?
Thursdays.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so
fun.
yeah, I love it. I just and it's like it gives me the serotonin in my brain, and it's actually very
more
funny.
of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I have, speaking of gay and hot, A League of Their Own, the TV show.
Okay, it's homophobic that I haven't watched that yet. It's really bad that I haven't watched that yet.
At the very least, like, sapphic phobic.
And I am very cognizant of that. I really want to watch it. I think I'm going to save it for
baseball,
spring.
kind of, right?
I do. I grew up with baseball.
Yeah.
I played baseball, and
Did you like the movie?
Yes, and I grew up watching a lot of baseball movies too, like Angels in the Outfield and Rookie of the Year, and I really. I think I'm saving it for spring. There's something about it's like just baseball time. Like it feels weird to watch League of Their Own for me.
Because it came out around
time.
then. Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely think I will definitely absolutely watch it. Are they coming back with this season 2?
I don't think it's confirmed yet.
Oh, okay.
Which is very scary. I hope it does because it is probably the best queer show I've watched.
That's what I hear.
Ever. Like it's hard to really like pinpoint a show that has simultaneously like leaned into the historical queerness and like kind of showing the accuracy of historical queerness within women's sports, especially, is like not really been done before. And the acting, the story,
the cast is amazing.
Incredible cast. It's funny. It's like I can't say enough good things about it. And we're trying to we talk like every week about rewatching it, but I love it too much to like rewatch it, if that makes sense. Like I really want to kind of sit with it and just kind of still take it in from when I first watched it, but I don't want to like there's something that I just don't want to run into the ground, like Stranger Things season 4. Like I can't rewatch it.
Yeah, I get
for
what
a while.
you're saying, for sure. Well, you got a few more years till season 5 comes out. So
they're gonna be in the like an elderly home.
Yeah, what the hell are they gonna do, man? I don't know. I thought
there was a confirmed time jump.
Yeah, there is, and that makes me nervous. But at least we'll have Will be gay. I really think we're gonna have him kiss a boy. I think we're gonna see it.
I would like to see it.
Yeah.
But I think there's also gonna be a time jump in A League of Their Own. I would be shocked if there isn't. When we were on our little cliffhanger at the end of the season.
Oh
it's so
God,
hot.
I love that ended with it. I just wouldn't expect a cliffhanger from a show like that.
It's pretty good.
I'd love to hear it.
And then my last show is White Lotus. It's not over yet, but it will be
specifically season 2 then?
Season 2 is better than season 1, in my opinion.
I've heard that a lot. I've heard that a lot. I've heard that it's
you
better.
didn't watch the first one, right?
No.
You don't have to.
Right. But I think
really
I think I'll probably watch it all from season 1.
I think the characters from season 1 made the show drag in a way that just made it feel very slow not in a good way. But season 2 characters are just a little more, and Aubrey Plaza. I'm gonna be like a little biased. It's Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah,
like what am I gonna do?
Love your queen.
I would do anything for her.
I'll just do just about anything.
Just about. I said that to Arabella last night. I literally said that last night, and she was like, "Okay."
I think Arabella and Blake need to maybe we'll have like a third section of our podcast empire where they just get to talk about how weird it is to date people like us. Because
you and I feel like it's so interesting. Our partners don't have crushes on people, and I'm like, cannot relate.
Nope.
Every bitch I see, I fall in love with. Like on the street, I'm like,
it's so bad.
Everyone's hot.
But I love it.
Not?
I wouldn't want to be the other way.
No. Well, I wouldn't want Arabella or my partner to be that way because I'd get jealous. So it's perfect.
Blake started getting a little bit like he's like you're getting really open with talking about how hot that person is. I'm like, I'm just saying, like
life's too short.
Period.
Life is too short. You need like
appreciate the beauty.
Appreciate the beauty. Take it all in. Take it all in.
Just take
it. Just grab it and take it with consent, and it's fine. And I forgot what I was talking about.
Hot people.
Aubrey Plaza, White Lotus, and everyone on that show is hot too.
Yeah.
Jennifer Coolidge, best performance of her career in this season.
Wow.
It is. She made me cry last night.
Oh my God.
She literally made me cry with her. She had a little like monologue moment, and I was obsessed. And I'm really excited to see how it ends next week.
I'm sad it's ending for you.
I'm also sad it's ending for me.
But I can't wait to watch it. That's one of those shows. I was going to watch it on the airplane. I downloaded the AMC
Grindr.
Plus app to watch Interview with a Vampire. I haven't watched it yet, but I signed up.
That would be a top show for me too.
Yeah, so I'm getting so close.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I'm getting so close to watching it.
I think you're gonna cosplay as a very specific character.
I cannot wait to find out.
Yeah.
And
he's really fucking.
so
I mean,
that
again,
and White
everyone's
Lotus
hot.
were two shows I had downloaded for my flights, but then I was like, I can't watch White Lotus on an airplane because it's like sex. Like I just don't need like kids sitting next to me or behind me on an airplane looking at my big ass iPad screen.
Kind of same with Interview.
With Vampire. That's kind of why I ended up just watching Good Mythical Morning for 4 hours straight.
That's still kind of horny for you. Do you want to get into best movies?
Let's get into best movies. My silence was in agreement, by the way.
Okay,
perfect. That wasn't obvious. Okay, best movies, favorite movies. Well, one of them, I think we're gonna twin on. And that movie is Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Yes.
Yes. Bodies.
My top song, or my second to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Also, the song that Amanda released for them, the movie.
So good.
I listen to that song all the time.
I'm surprised that wasn't in your top.
It's on my top, probably top 50, maybe top 25.
In the
I
like
listen to that
playlist
song all the
thingy.
time. Yeah. But anyways, God, Bodies. I've never seen a movie like that. I mean, it was so. What movie was it? I've never seen a movie be able to incorporate like an app like Twitter and like social media and like a culture and like just like a demographic so well
In a not annoying way.
Yeah. It was incredible. It was just like it was so organic and natural. And I think a lot of that comes down to the writing, but a lot of it comes down to the cast and the casting.
The cast,
because they were just like talking. They were just like, God, you're such like a fucking gaslighter. It's
they
like,
were talking, but they knew their characters so well. It's very rare that I feel like someone really embodies a character that's that like out there, and like it's hard. Like that's kind of how I feel about Jennifer Coolidge, but I just like everyone understood what the assignment was.
100%. And it was just like
even Pete Davidson, as much as I hate to admit it.
God, I know he was so good in that movie, and it just was like incredible. It was incredible. That movie is one of my favorite movies of the year. 100%.
It's that's on my list too.
What about you?
Obviously.
What's one from you?
Oh, darling. Well,
many good movies this year, by the way.
It's like kind of like stupid that we can only pick a couple.
I know. I feel so spoiled to be living the time we're living in.
2022 was the moment, like for movies.
Everyone said this pandemic we're writing movies, and then they shot them all in 2021, and it came out in 2022.
It's true.
So good.
My top movie of the year forever and probably of life is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Can you believe that came out in 2022?
No, I cannot believe that.
That feels like years ago.
Incredible film.
I think I saw it 4 times in theaters, and then I had to give myself a break because
emotional damage.
Lots. They owe me so much money in emotional damages and therapy bills. I don't know what else to say that people haven't already said about it, but I just have to acknowledge that it is probably the best movie I've ever seen in my life.
It is incredible. It's just, it was such it was such a unique film, I think, because it was like, you could tell how much effort went into making it so incredible, and yet the whole thing comes across as so effortless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's such an awesome movie. That made my list too.
Yeah. I don't know what else. I don't know. Whenever I think about it, I just don't know what film could possibly take its place as like I don't know what more I could ask for in a film.
Yeah.
But it's not a horror film, but I don't give a fuck. It's the best.
No.
If you have mommy issues, that is a horror film.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Love
Hi.
it. Hi. Nope.
Yes.
Nope is on the list for sure.
Yup.
Yup.
I feel like we're gonna have the same list. Maybe
we are. I mean, you're probably gonna have Triangle of Sadness on there. No. Okay, slide. Nope is on there. It just incredible film. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it feels stupid to be talking about.
Well, we did a whole episode on it. You can go listen to it.
Exactly. Like we did a whole episode on it, but basically, I just think it's my favorite Jordan Peele movie. I think it's one of the most like unique. It's a very unique movie, and I think it has like such iconic visuals, which I'm big on visuals in movies. Like if I can like,
and they don't look cheap.
No, and they don't look cheap. Like it's like when I see a Broadway musical, if I can like walk away after the show and have a song stuck in my head from the musical, I consider it a good musical.
Yeah.
If I can walk away from a movie and like have like these visual moments with the house, with the blood dripping down, with like the
so good.
with the with blue jacket, jean jacket,
denim jacket.
With
God,
jean jacket
everything.
opening up and showing herself to the world. That I mean, like all of
She's
it.
free.
Like, she's free, and so there's just like such iconic images that I think really are amazing. And on top of everything we talked about in that episode, that you guys should all go listen to. So Nope was on
that
my
was
list.
definitely on my list. So that was one of mine. I'll say one that I know is not on your list because you haven't fucking watched it.
Oh,
X and Pearl.
I knew you were gonna put these on your list. Also, the fact that they both came out this year.
Oh, it's astonishing.
Insane.
It's very special, and the fact that we are getting the third very soon is
I will catch up by then.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what really to say besides it's just so unique what Ty West is doing with these movies, and I think everyone kind of agrees with that. So I'm not saying anything new here, but Mia Goth is a star. She's a star. She's a star. There's people putting Pearl tree toppers, like a picture of her. It's so fucking funny.
So funny.
It's my favorite new trend. But I don't know. She's just incredible. I think both of those movies were so good. I had to put both of them on the list because you have to.
Yeah.
They pair so well together. I think Pearl is like a little higher up for me. But it's because I just watched it more recently, maybe. But what a wild ride. And I just love those kinds of genre films. They're so interesting to me. And like historical horror, I guess. And like really playing into the time and setting is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loved them.
I love that.
Yeah.
I knew those were going to be on your list too. I was like, those are absolutely making it.
Yeah.
Barbarian. For sure. Barbarian is on the list.
Yeah.
Again, unique category in all of these movies. I feel like is unique.
Yeah,
it is. These are all very unique films, which is why I don't know. It's just so funny to see certain studios putting out shit that's been out, and then certain studios putting out shit that's like actually unique and taking a risk. And those are usually the ones that are the best.
And they pay off so well.
They pay off so. Oh my god, so
I mean,
well.
yeah, I think we could do an episode. We haven't done an episode on Barbarian, right? I don't think we did.
I think so.
I feel like we did because we talk about it a lot.
We do talk about it a lot.
But yeah, again, just like a movie that I still think about and doesn't like details don't leave my mind really.
Yeah, for sure.
I also rewatched it with Arabella because she wasn't there when we went to see it.
Oh my god, how fun! Yes,
she really liked it too. I mean,
Good.
she was very invested.
I would love to see that movie for the first time, like with someone.
Crazy,
Yeah.
It's so good. And then my last movie, I gotta give a shout out to Miss Scream 2022, which does not feel like this year at all, but it was like January. So.
Yeah, it was right at the tippy top. Yeah, I thought about putting Scream. It didn't make it, but she's
an
incredible.
honorable mention.
She's an HM.
Yeah, I think for me, it just has to be up there because
they did a good job with
it. They did a really good job, and they didn't make me hate the franchise. Also, can we just say this is Jenna Ortega's year, and I'm happy for her, but I'm really upset. As a proud gatekeeper, I'm very upset.
Yeah, there is something very specific about like loving an actor or a musician or some artist, like loving them so much, and then like you just watch them get bigger and bigger, and you're like, okay, I'm happy for you. Then you're like, oh, I'm still happy for you, but now I'm getting a little uncomfortable because now everyone knows. I don't know. I mean, I think I don't know. It's fun I think it's part of it is just
it's
selfishly.
Like an ego thing.
Part of it, I think, is selfishly it's fun and like feels good to like know see talent in someone that dominant culture doesn't see. Do you know what I mean? Like that is like that's a proud thing.
Yeah.
But you can always say that you were one of the first girls in her in her club.
It's
so
true.
I think you could do something like, that you can hold on to. But I get it. I mean, there's just something about the gatekeeper. My knee wants to twitch just thinking about it. It's like
I know.
just like
we're
watching
both
someone
gatekeepers too.
Yeah.
Kinda.
We know 100%.
Well, because you texted something and it made me think of that. I forget what you said. You said something like she reached like a certain amount of followers or something.
Oh
on Instagram.
yeah, she got 10
million new
followers.
from Wednesday.
Yeah, in the first 10 days.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, and you're like, ugh. And then also you just don't like cheeky little basic bitches loving your girl.
Chase.
Sorry. That's the toxic.
I know. Oh,
gatekeep.
bitch, it's the competition. That's what it is.
It's the competition.
I'm like,
It's the
fuck. I already had no
competition.
chance, and
yeah,
I really don't.
now it's a bigger pond.
That's what it is. I swear
It's
I'm not a
heartbreak.
narcissist or an asshole. I have tendencies.
Yeah, but we're self-aware and we navigate those accordingly.
Okay, bodies. It's giving. Oh my god, we just like this is our audition tape.
Oh my god, I
This
would
is our
love
audition
to be
tape
in
for number 2.
a bodies. What would it be called?
Booties.
Yeah, or it'd be called bodies.
Faggies.
Great. Honorable mentions to the menu and Turning Red.
Oh, period. Oh, I love Turning Red. That's a
Turning Red.
really
Mommy
good
issues.
one. Mommy issues.
Okay, category is unique films and films with mommy issues.
I'm there.
That's those are our favorite movies. I love all the crossover.
Yeah.
So cute.
Makes
we had all
sense. Yeah. I think more issues. Marcel the Shell. I loved Marcel the Shell. That's a grandma issues, which I also have. Adorable. My mask was covered in spit and snot, and it was disgusting. It's an amazing movie. And The Fallout, also starring Jenna Ortega, clearly a theme.
Yeah.
But that movie was also like a early 2022 release, and I think deserves to have like a lot of recognition and should be like not forgotten because it's such a powerful movie, and she really like shows her range as an actor in it. It's
I
so
love
good.
that.
Yeah. And that's it.
And that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
What were your favorite and least favorite things of 2022? Whether that's film, TV, video games, music, books, let us know.
Yes. And thank you so much for listening to Fear Queers. We hope you
thank you.
enjoyed this episode. Be sure to keep up with us through our Instagram at LGBTQVHS and Twitter at FearQueersPod. You can also email us at fearqueers@gmail.com with any questions, comments, and movie, TV suggestions, or if you want to... Do you want to read the rest?
I will read the rest with you all. Also, please take a second to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It only takes a couple of seconds to do it, and it really helps the show.
And please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Make sure to like and comment. If you don't want to email us, you can just leave a little comment on the YouTube video and
So
we'll see
easy.
it.
Yeah.
And until next time, gay frights. With my hands above my head. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. Now available on video cassette and select DVD. They'll leave you screaming for more.